Good morning, Year 5, and welcome to today's maths lesson. So, following on from what we were doing in school the other day, we are going to be looking at multiplying two digits by one digit using different methods. So, before we start the lesson, I would like you to pause this video and write the date and the LO in your maths book. The date should be the 6th of the 1st, 21, and the learning outcome should be multiply two digits by one digit. So if you could just do that now, that would be great. Okay, so let's start our review phase. So using our knowledge from our lesson the other day, I would like you to have a go at the multiplication on the screen, 63 times 8 using the column method. So have a go now, pause the video and have a go at that calculation in your books, and we will go through it together as a class afterwards. So do that now. Okay, so now you should have all had a go at that calculation in your books, and we will go through it together. So when we do column method, we start by doing the multiplier times the ones digit of the multiplicand. So we're going to do 8 times 3, which is 24. So we place our 4 in the ones column here and carry our 2 underneath, ready for the next multiplication. So next we are going to do 6 times 8, which is 48. But because we have the 2 here and we need to add it on, the 48 becomes 50. We'll have a go at drawing that. Okay, so our answer should be 504. So well done if you had a go at that multiplication and got that answer correct. Okay, so as you can see, I've moved on to the next slide. So in this slide, we are going to have a go at using place value counters to help us multiply two digits by one digit. So if I wanted to calculate 32 times 4, what could we do with our place value counters? So here I've got 3 10s to represent my 30 and 2 1s to represent my 2, and then altogether I've got 32. So if I wanted to multiply this number 32 by 4, what could I do with my place value counters? Have a little think and then we'll go through it together. Okay, so now you've had a little think, I will reveal what we can do with these counters to help us complete this calculation. So, because we're wanting to do 32 times 4, what I've done is I've used place value counters to represent 32 4 times. And then this way, we can add up each group to see what the answer would be. So let's go through together. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110 and 120. So here we've got 120. Now let's count our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So what we need to do now is add those two numbers together, which would be 128. So here you can see I've used place value counters to help me calculate this multiplication, which we're going to have a go at in a minute. Okay, so using our place value counters again, this time I would like you to pause the video and have a go at representing the calculation 27 times 3. So what you need to do is draw your counters to represent 27 times 3, just like I did on this page with 32 times 4. Okay, so pause the video now and have a go at that in your maths book. Okay, so hopefully your place value counters in your maths book should look something like this. So if we section our place value counters into one group, this here represents 27 because we've got our 2 10s and our 7 1s. Therefore, if we did this 3 times, it would represent 27 times 3. So let's see what the answer would be. If we count our 10s together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means 6 10s is 60. Okay, and our ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now what we need to do is add those two numbers together, which calculates to 81. Therefore, using our place value counters, we now know that 27 times 3 is 81. Okay, so now we're going to have a go at a different method to multiply two digits by one digit. So here we have 89 times 3, and we're going to use the method of partitioning to calculate our answer. So some of you may be familiar with this method, but I'm going to talk you through how we do it to start with. So here we need to partition 89 into two parts. So firstly, we have our 8, which represents 80. I'll try and draw 80. And here we have our 9, which just represents 9 because it's in the ones column. And then what we need to do to simplify this calculation is multiply 80 times 3 and 9 times 3. There we go. So 80 times 3 would be 240, and 9 times 3 would be 27. So now we've partitioned this calculation, we need to add our two answers together, which would be 267, excuse my drawing. So that is how we use partitioning to multiply two digits by one digit. What I'm going to do now is get rid of my drawings over the screen, and I'd like you to have a go at doing the same calculation in your book, showing me the same workings so I can check your understanding. Okay, so pause the video now and have a go at doing that calculation in your book. Now that I've taught you how to use that method, I would like you to have another go at doing this calculation in your books using partitioning. So 56 times 3. So we need to partition 56 into two parts and multiply two parts by 3 to get our answer. Remember to add the answers back together at the end. So using the same method, pause this video and have a go in your book at this calculation. Okay, so now you should have had a go at this calculation in your books, and I will talk through it with you now. So 56 times 3. So to start, we need to partition 56. So here we would have 50, and here we would have 6. And as I said before, now we need to multiply these two parts by our multiplier, which is 3. So 50 times 3 would be 150, and 6 times 3 would be 18. And now what we need to do is add those two answers together to get our final answer, which will be 168. So 56 times 3 is 168, and we know this because we partitioned 56 into two parts and got our answer. So well done if you got that correct, everyone. Okay, so just like we do in the classroom, I would now like you to complete our checkpoint. And in this checkpoint, I've said, use your method of choice to calculate this multiplication. So I'd like you to either choose the place value counters, the column method, or partitioning to calculate 23 times 3. So please pause the video now and have a go at that in your maths book. Okay, you should have all had a go at this calculation now, and I'll go through the answers. So, C is incorrect, A is incorrect, and B, 69 is correct. So well done if you got that correct. Okay, so now the input part of the lesson has ended, I would like you to have a go in your books at completing step 1 of the worksheet. So if you pause the video here, you can look at the step 1 answers and complete them in your maths book. Once you've completed step 1, you can go on to step 2 of the worksheet. So again, pause the video here and complete these answers in your book. If you complete step 2 and feel like a challenge, you can move on to step 3 of the worksheet, which is based on problem solving. So again, pause the video here and complete these questions in your book. For those of you that are feeling really confident with this concept, I have made an extension for you to complete also. So again, pause the video and complete the extension in your book. Well done everyone for completing your independent work, and here is the answers to step 1 and step 2 of the worksheet. So if you'd like to pause the video now and mark your work with a purple pen or a normal pen. And again, here are the answers to step 3 of the worksheet. So again, if you'd like to pause the video and mark your answers. Once you've finished marking your answers, write a learning comment in your book. If you have a purple pen, that is great, but don't worry if not. So well done everyone for completing your first online learning session, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.